Today is Monday, the 16th. Let me see. Valentine's Day was the 14th on, let's see, Saturday. 15th yesterday, Sunday. And Monday is today, the 16th of February. See, I got my stuff on to drink my coffee in America. This is the United States of America. Let me have my morning coffee here if I can. In the United States of America, where you put me in a court for doing nothing. Okay? Twice. Nothing. Just being myself. Being myself is crazy. Let us have an objective judge look at that. Somewhere else in the world, not here. Okay? You got a bunch of liars here. You got a president guilty of 34 felonies. I don't want to go to your courts here. I just don't. Now, I'm going to have my morning coffee as an experiment, okay? I said last night that these worms here in the secret police of America are aiming a microwave weapon at me. And I showed yesterday that pain in my jaw did not influence the heat of the coffee I was drinking because I protected myself from metal. The goddamn weapon is right over there, to the east of this house, shining him up at me, and I blocked it, drank the coffee without issue. Okay? Now, here's an experiment. Okay, let's see if I can do it again. Now, I gotta say that I'm up against an enemy that's using national level spyware on me, okay? And I know nothing about such things, okay? I'm a completely innocent person. I've done no wrong. I haven't broken any laws, and this is the life I've got. Now, here's my experiment. Again, I haven't done this since yesterday when I recorded what happened and put that recording online. So let's experiment again. I'm going to try to drink this and honestly say whether I'm able to drink this without pain in my jaw or not. Now, there's no way that yesterday I should have been able to drink hot coffee with no pain in my jaw. No way that could have happened if there was any kind of a problem in my jaw, a cavity or whatever, gum disease, anything. And then suddenly there's no pain at all. No, that would not happen. That's not the way disease works. So here's the second time we're going to try. And I got to say, I could be outsmarted here by the technology and fail at this. The way I was able to succeed yesterday, I surprised my attackers there. But what I did, they weren't expecting that, so I beat them at that moment. And the way these folks work, they shift. They're watching me as closely as NASA watched its astronauts. Yes, they are. So they're gonna change instantly to try to cope with my defenses here, and we'll see if it works again or not. Now, they could have the thing in the house over here. I had problems with somebody who lived in that house. There was a peeping Tom living in that house for a while. So we moved out in 2018. That was one of the reasons. Had this peeping Tom looking in our windows all the time. Our dog caught that peeping Tom twice. Okay. It affected the northeastern portion. Running off into his backyard to hide with our dog chasing him twice. Okay, now, so I'm a real violent, dangerous man. I left the house and chased after him and beat him up, right?
Hello there. Tokyo started off with blue skies today. What a nice break in the wind season.
I'm not going to defend against this house here. I don't think there's anything there, but maybe there is. They have access to a weapon in that house. I figure this house is surrounded. So, you know, that may happen. Well, here we go. Let's try to drink the coffee best we can. I say this house right here to the northeast. This house is 100% involved in all this. I call it the brown house. The house next door, just to the east of the house, 100% involved. These other houses, this one here, I would have said up to 2018, 100% on that one, but since that peeping Tom moved out, I haven't sensed any problems coming from that house. The house directly across the street, I don't know what to think about them, okay? I haven't sensed the weapon coming from that direction. That's all I can say about that. Okay, here we go with the coffee. It's still quite hot. You can see the steam coming up, man. See the steam? The steam coming up from, this is hot coffee. Okay, I ought to get a thermometer. Okay, I'm going to try to make sure that I block whatever radiation going to come at me to make it seem like I got a problem with my tooth. Why? They put an electrode in that tooth during a routine office dentist appointment at a dentist. I took my family to for over 20 years religiously. Every 6 months, as they asked us to do, okay, they sent a reminder, come in for your cleanings and all. Me, my wife, and our son went there every 6 months together for over 20 years. And this was the payment I got. The dentist there apparently put something in my mouth that he must have known he was putting in there. Although I can't say I'm gonna accuse anybody publicly here. I'm not gonna do that. But somehow this thing got into my mouth during a routine dentist appointment. Okay, it would remain to be seen in a court of law, and I wouldn't go to any courts in the United States ever, but it remains to be seen whether he's guilty or not of doing that at the behest of who? Maybe the secret police of America asked him. Who's going to say no to that? They're going to ask you to do something like that? You're a professional, they tell you this is for this or that reason, and we are so-and-so from the so-and-so secret police agency. They're going to say no, and maybe they had legal papers saying this is for the security of the country. Who knows? So, I can't accuse this man, right? He may have been following the law and what he did. Okay, so let me try to drink the coffee and see if I have pain or not. And you got to depend on me, to be honest here. Let's see what happens.
7 in Phoenix on Wednesday, and it's going to be hot in Houston and muggy out there. That's it for me.
Okay, hot coffee. There is no pain in that jaw at all. 0. I'm waiting. Because, these folks, like I say, this is technology way above my head. Listen, this isn't happening to me. A few days ago, they destroyed our car with a fake radiator leak that comes out of nowhere. When? After I put a video online and addressed that video to Frank Serpico, okay? The police detective who was shot in the head for revealing corruption in the New York City police force during the 1960s. There's a movie and a novel about what happened there, okay? And so the day after I put that video online to Frank Serpico, my car is destroyed, is totaled by a bizarre radiator leak that comes out of nowhere, right? Well, that's to be expected in a country where, before that, what did they do? They poisoned our dog, okay? They didn't like what I was doing out in Colorado. They drove us out of Colorado, the ancestral state of the cowboy ancestors of my mother's, okay? We couldn't live there. We were harassed ruthlessly. We had to leave, including the poisoning of our precious dog. So, I'm making all this up. I am not making it up. These folks are guilty, as I'm saying they are. God knows what's going to happen next. Let me go on drinking my morning coffee in the United States of America. My God, I can't believe this. Hot coffee. suddenly that tooth problem just cleared up on its own, huh? Okay, I can feel a slight distant pain in that jaw now. And I gotta say once again, the technology I'm dealing with here is national level. So I can outsmart spyware that high up in technology. I doubt it. What got me the advantage yesterday was surprise. Those folks are ready for me today. Okay? How are they doing this? I don't know. Are they creating an electric field around me somehow? Or are they directly hitting me with directed microwaves? I don't know what they're hitting me with. I don't know what they're doing. But with sheet metal of this kind, what have I done? I cleared up a 40-year cough. It's not completely gone because, I can't walk around in a suit of armor. Whenever they want to make me cough, they just hit me with that thing. Those waves travel at the speed of light. So if they're in a satellite, they're watching me, boom. I cough. They're going to hit my lungs. I can't walk around, like I say, in a suit of armor. However, by protecting myself as much as I can, the cough is gone. Also, I had stomach trouble for 40 years. That's gone. But once again, I can't walk around in a suit of armor. They can get at me nevertheless, and they do. So, I'm saying that just the amount of coffee I've drank so far shows to me that this is successful. Now, if I go on drinking this coffee and I feel pain, it's because I'm being outsmarted by this technological superiority of these folks. Before I had all this metal around me like this, the slightest amount of coffee caused pain in that jaw. Okay? I took 2 sips, and after the second one, a distant, numb pain started to filter in. So, I'm going to go on drinking and see what happens. I bought this steel helmet. It's an aluminum helmet. I bought it. Why? Because every time I ate something, that electrode was letting some targeting mechanism know that I had just eaten or drank something. And I'd be massively hit. Even if I ate one cookie, and I could hardly hold my head up. So I put this on, and I'm stopping that. So what did they do? They found a way to come up under the helmet. If I was getting hit by satellites before, now they found a way to hit me from some land-based weapon that they have within range of me. Now, why are they doing these things to me? They're doing them because my father was apparently one of their group. That's as much as I can say, and he didn't like me and I didn't like him. And I'm saying that father sexually abused me while I was a minor. And as far as I know, although I don't know the laws on sexual abuse of a minor have no limit. What's the term? Statute of limitations, is that it? You see, when I get under the spotlight like this, I get stage fright and I got a lot of fear from things that have happened to me, including the poisoning of my dog, the destruction of my car, and the shot I got in 1982 that nearly killed me. Okay? So, in addition, I have a wife who doesn't believe one word of any of this. She's deaf. Police, a corrupt policeman, it's impossible in her world. And I understand why that is. Deaf people depend on police. If they went around doubting police, they couldn't put one foot in front of my wife can't talk or hear. Okay? She's from a foreign land. She knows about less American history than a third grader, a second grader, maybe even a first grader, less. Okay? World history, the same. Her education was horrific over there in her country of origin. She learned how to sew over there. That was about it. So I'm going to convince her there are reasons that this is happening to me or it's happening at all. She doesn't understand probably what a wave of energy even is, okay? And the history and the rest of it, the statute of limitations, all these things. She doesn't understand one word of any of that. So, as I say, she is a helpless person out in society, dependent. Okay, the phone says I'm out of room. Here, I'm going to have to get another phone to continue. Okay, the phone I was speaking to ran out of room, okay? And I was saying that my wife doesn't believe a word of what I'm saying here. She doesn't understand a word of it. Like I was saying, she wouldn't understand what a wave of energy is. She doesn't understand any of that. Her background in science, history, and the other subjects that are taught in American schools and schools around the world, she got virtually no education at all as a deaf person in her country of origin. She learned how to sew. So she's going to understand this when I'm saying corrupt police, corrupt law enforcement is behind this whole thing. And she's going to understand that. She's going to understand about Frank Serpico. She doesn't understand not one word of any of that, okay? And as I was saying, as a helpless person out there who can't hear or talk from a foreign land, she doesn't even want to believe that it's possible there could be a corrupt policeman. She doesn't believe it. So I say, I understand how she is. People like her are totally helpless. They got to believe in the police, okay? They get lost out there. They ask a policeman for help. They got to believe they're not going to be dealing with a corrupt policeman, right? I understand that. So I don't fault my wife for the way she is. However, it's not helping me much. Now, I want to say that I've been here doing an experiment with a hot cup of coffee. You can see the steam still coming up from this coffee. Let me get it there. There it is. Now, these people are in this camera. This camera's hacked, and the bad guys are in this camera. So they'll try to make it that you can't see the steam and everything else. They're constantly manipulating things in this camera and in this phone. All the numbers that come up, everything. It's all manipulated by these folks. Now, I'm saying now that from my experience with having a cavity in my mouth, there is no way I could have drank three or four sips of this coffee, as I've already done, and not felt the pain from that cavity, as I have not felt yet. So there's something else going on in there. What else? Any kind of infection in there, gum disease, cavity, would have caused me pain if it was really there. And it's not there, and I'm showing that it's not by these pieces of metal I've wrapped around my head to prevent the weapon right over there in the house next door from hitting me with, I guess, directed microwaves. I picked that part of the energy spectrum out because that's the part discussed in journalistic accounts of what's been called the Havana Syndrome and what kind of weaponized energy could be being used with a suspected weapon used on the American embassy in Cuba, the American embassy in China, and elsewhere. We hear from the Scott Paley report on 60 Minutes that a weapon apparently owned by Russia has been used on agents of the American secret police and destroyed their inner ear. Okay? So America is not the only country that has a weapon of this kind. Russia apparently has one, and God knows what other countries. When I know of disease, there's no way I could have even drank 3 cups of hot coffee without pain, as I just did. But as I'm just saying when I was on the other camera, that I'm definitely outgunned by the people I'm up against. This is national level technology I'm up against. This is the United States of America against little me. For what? For being the son of a member of their group who committed crimes with them. And since this sexual abuse practiced on me by this father of mine when I was a minor is a possible way in legally to finding out all about them. They want to make sure that doesn't happen. So they've been trying to kill me now, I guess you would say, in as secretive a way as they can do, okay? To get rid of me as a potential witness because of the sexual abuse here, which is, as I say, it's a way in legally to them. Okay, let me drink some more of my morning coffee here in the United States of America. Is there any pain? Look, if I had a cavity in there, I would have felt it by now. I'm halfway done with this cup of coffee. Let me show you. This hot coffee. I don't want to let go of this protection here around my face. I'll just try to show it there. I'm not good with this camera. Hopefully, folks can see what I'm talking about. If I missed it too bad. I don't want to let go here. So, I'm saying, once again, this is more proof of what I'm saying. Next door is a weapon being used against me by the United States of America. Now, that's all. That's all for me for now, okay? Well, let me finish the coffee. I'll keep drinking. Miraculous remission of whatever's wrong in my mouth, huh? Like the miraculous remission of the cough, the miraculous remission of the stomach trouble, the miraculous remission of the severe mental disease, which supposedly makes me completely dysfunctional. And yet, look at what I've done since I was declared to be crazy in 1982. Examine the record. Nobody worldwide will be able to agree with what was said about me in 1982 after 5 minutes of looking what I've done across my lifetime. Nobody worldwide, I can guarantee it. Am I going to go to court in the United States? I am not. My plan is to leave the United States and look for justice outside this destroyed, ruined country that has a president with 34 felonies on his record, okay? So, I'm going to look for justice here. I am not. You are liars here, and I want me and my family safely out. Now, today is, as I say again, the 16th of February, 2026. And the time is, let me check my wristwatch. It's about 10 minutes after 9 a.m. And that's all I got patience for you. As far as I'm concerned,